What's going on, everyone? As you guys know, OnePlus just had their event and they just released their OnePlus 7, their OnePlus 7 Pro, all the models, new bullet headphones, all those good things. But I'm so intrigued about the OnePlus line. I've owned almost every single OnePlus phone, and I don't know why OnePlus didn't send me out to their event. They didn't even send me a OnePlus phone. I feel like, Google will almost send me a Google Pixel 3a. So I don't know what's going on there, OnePlus. Can you guys send me out to the next one, please? I would love that so much. But right now we're going to take a quick impressions, quick review comparison, whatever you want to call it, between the OnePlus 7 Pro and the Samsung Galaxy S10e. Now I'm going to buy the OnePlus 7 Pro, but this is more so of like a bird's eye view kind of comparison to kind of see which one you should get. Of course, when I buy mine, I'm going to do that full comparison and the full review, but as of right now, I just wanted to see what the differences are between these. Now with the Galaxy S10e, I actually just bought mine recently, and I like it a lot. I think it's a very solid price per value device for sure, but the OnePlus 7 Pro is just a whole nother level. Now, keep this in mind. I want you to keep this in mind. The Samsung Galaxy S10e, I bought literally it was over $800 when you factor in tax, but the actual price was like $750. And this is the budget phone from Samsung for their flagship lineup. This is the cheapest one they're offering for their flagship S10 series, okay? With the OnePlus 7 Pro, however, this is their main flagship of their phone, so it's like the opposite spectrum. And their top 12 gig RAM model is $750 as well. So we're comparing the most expensive phone from one place to the cheapest phone on the other hand. And there's a lot of overlap, there's a lot of cool things between them, but overall, I'll definitely tell you, I think the OnePlus 7 Pro is a solid device, and it's probably overall better than the Samsung Galaxy S10e. On the front, on the S10e, we have a 5.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display. It is 1080p, but I don't think it's a bad display at all. It's a pretty sharp panel at that. It's a little bit smaller, so all the pixels are kind of pushed in a little bit more together, if that's the way you want to call it. The OnePlus 7 Pro, however, has a 6.67-inch display. It is noticeably larger than the Galaxy S10e. It's 1440p as well, and it's a fluid AMOLED display. Now, this is a crazy thing. Normal screens usually refresh at like 60 Hz or whatever. The OnePlus 7 Pro took that up a notch, so now you can actually refresh the rate at 90 Hz, which is awesome. And I've seen the 120 Hz frames before on certain iPads and everything, but this one and that one, I can't wait to actually use that in my hand and just use it day to day. So I think that is an awesome little feature. Now, the biggest thing you might look at, you'd be like, where's the front camera on the OnePlus 7 Pro? And you probably already know this, but the 7 Pro has a actual mechanical front camera, so when you want to use it, it'll actually pop up from the top of the display and go back into the device, where if you remember with the Galaxy S10 and that whole lineup of phones, we were like freaking out that the S10, the S10e had the hole punch display, but this one is literally a whole nother level in my opinion. So that's pretty crazy, man, in my opinion. And if you drop the phone with the camera sensor up, it'll actually move back into the device and it won't damage that, so that's so cool. So I'll definitely tell you, in terms of the way they're going to feel, in terms of everything like that, the Samsung Galaxy S10e, I think it feels very, very awesome and premium, but the OnePlus 7 Pro might just look like a better phone overall, since it is bigger, barely any bezel on it, and with that front camera mechanism thing, dude, that just adds a whole nother level to it. In terms of performance, I will probably tell you without a doubt the OnePlus 7 Pro will outperform the Galaxy S10e. Once I do get my OnePlus 7 Pro, we're going to do speed tests, all that good stuff. They both have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 chipset, both have octa-core CPUs, but here's the main difference. For the base models, they both have 6 gigs of RAM, and they do both have 8 gig RAM options, but the OnePlus 7 Pro does have an additional 12 gig of RAM option, which is the most expensive one, which is the same price as the S10e. So if we're comparing it like that, the OnePlus 7 Pro 12 gig option has more RAM than the Samsung Galaxy S10e at the same price. So that's kind of one thing to keep in mind. I'll definitely do a speed test, but I'll probably end up saying that the OnePlus 7 Pro is noticeably faster because the S10e and all those other S10 have Samsung One UI, which is just pretty much Android with an additional software and stuff on top of it. Whereas OnePlus has Oxygen OS, which I love so much. I think Oxygen OS is better than stock Android, guys, in my opinion. But for my impressions, I'll definitely tell you the 7 Pro is probably better. Now, moving on to the camera sensors. Now, the S10, the original, the main one, if you remember that one had 3 camera sensors, but the S10e has 2 camera sensors on the back. There's a 12 megapixel sensor and a 16 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, and I found this camera to be very good. There's nothing wrong with it. But the OnePlus 7 Pro's main sensor is 48 megapixels, then you have another 16 megapixel sensor, then you have another 8 megapixel sensor on top of that, so you can do 3 times optical zoom, which is awesome. You can shoot 4K videos on both at up to 60 frames per second, so that's cool and everything, but I'll definitely tell you that you might be surprised about this. I think the OnePlus 7 Pro might be better on paper, and it might be just, a better camera overall in terms of features and everything, but I think the S10e might have the advantage. I always liked Samsung cameras. From the photos that they were showing me, I like them a lot from what the event thing they did, but I do think maybe the Galaxy S10e might have the better camera. Definitely the S10 main one, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens there. Now, moving on to the battery life side of things, this is kind of interesting. So the Samsung Galaxy S10e has a 3100 mAh battery. The OnePlus 7 Pro has a 4000 mAh battery. Now, the S10e has something that even the 7 Pro does not have, which is wireless charging. The OnePlus 7 Pro does not have it, which is kind of funny. It's kind of sad at the same time, but I guess it's whatever at this point. Now, based off the battery sizes, you might just assume that the OnePlus 7 Pro is going to be better in battery life, but I don't think that's really the case because the 7 Pro does have that additional 90Hz screen. Now, if you keep it at that 60Hz, which is the frame rate everyone's phones usually is at, that would definitely increase the battery life, but because it's going to be on 90Hz most likely, the battery life would decrease over time faster than the S10e in my opinion. But once I get the OnePlus 7 Pro, we're going to go ahead and test that thoroughly, but like I said before, man, the biggest thing about the 7 Pro was the price, and the biggest thing about the S10e was the price, because think about it, the OnePlus 7 Pro is the most expensive phone OnePlus is selling right now. This is the most expensive phone they've ever sold, whereas the Galaxy S10e for the base model, for the very budget phone, you're paying the same price, and I'll definitely tell you, the OnePlus 7 Pro, so far from what I'm seeing, is overall a better phone than the Samsung Galaxy S10e, and that's pretty much it for this quick comparison. Again, I'm going to get the OnePlus 7 Pro hopefully soon, and from there we're going to do a lot more comparisons, a lot more tests, all that good stuff. So if you want to see a certain comparison between the OnePlus 7 Pro and any other phone, or even the Samsung Galaxy S10e and another phone, let me know in the comment section below. I'll definitely check it out. But that is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it'll mean so much if you guys could hit that. Also, check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I would really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.